Right, we got ourselves in another dangerous situation leading into an election. Dangerous for many various reasons, but strictly politically, it's definitely dangerous. Because we're in the same situation that we were in last election. And there's some very stark differences between the two. And as ridiculous as it is, the Democrats are basically arguing every point against Trump that they're actually using themselves. So when they say Trump's a threat to democracy, he's a tyrant, all he does is tell lies. They just told a lie. They're the ones trying to advocate a tyranny. They're the ones that are a threat to democracy. No one voted her in to be president. No one liked her to be VP. She's been installed the whole way up. Even in the beginning of her career, it turns out she may have not even worked at McDonald's. So the whole resume for Kamala is fraud. Even her heritage, we're having trouble figuring out if she's actually black or not. Maybe she's Indian, if you even want to say that. She's just an American. You could just say she's an American, and that would be more accurate. But let's just stay focused. The main issue is that same thing's going on where, so they're using all the tactics against Trump. If anybody's a tyrant, it would be Kamala and the Democratic Party, because even if Trump gets elected, he's only going to serve 8 years. If Kamala gets elected, there's a chance she's going to get reelected through the same idiocracy, through the same level of neglect, the same trance that has whatever percentage of the country seems to be under that's allowing for this to all happen. Whatever is at play would only allow Kamala to be in office for 12 years. That's tyranny. That would be tyranny. And for them to say, he's going to get in there for 8 years and Trump would just find a way to stay in office. He's going to try and make it to where no one else can be president. Like, that is the most far-fetched. How are you even making such a claim in a presidential campaign? I mean, it's obvious she's just shotgunning, attacks, because the whole campaign itself, it has been shotgunned. The whole thing was done in 5 minutes, essentially. Just slapped the thing together. So, them claiming threat to democracy, her being shotgunned into her position is a threat to democracy. And if she does get shotgunned all the way through to presidency twice, that would be 12 years of tyranny versus Trump's, more than likely, if he does get elected, only 8 years, which is not even close to the 12 years. So if anybody's a tyrant, it's the Democratic Party using Kamala if that happens, right? So the reason we're in the same position as last election, I'm saying, is because for whatever reason, Biden ended up in office. And that's just through the defamation of Trump and his ability to comfortably speak publicly, which is something that only comes naturally to someone who has held such reputable ideas and done so well in business, on his level. He's almost on Elon Musk's level, and Elon Musk is maybe the first trillionaire that we know about. So there's got to be somebody that has more money that we're not. As far as what's being reported under one person's name, he's reporting the most under his name. Let's put it that way. There has to be somebody else. But just to bring that into perspective, right? So we're in the same position because there's so much negligence to pay attention because the media is just garbage. All these undecided voters, the swing states are definitely swinging hard. a lot of people that just don't know what they're going to vote for when they walk in, that says you're going to vote for a lady. In my opinion, that's what that says. Because if you go in there wondering who you're going to vote for, you're just going to either see the picture of a lady or read the name as a lady and just think, oh, wow, lady president? Oh, I guess I'll just shotgun that. So, big mistake there. Because if the only reason you voted for Biden was to not vote for Trump, you are a part of the reason why we lost all of our military assets in Afghanistan. You might as well just step up and turn yourself in like everybody else with Diddy. Just go ahead and turn yourself in with old Biden on that retreat, that pullback, that massive dump of funds. That was billions of, so much tax dollars down the drain. May not ever recover from that. I may never financially recover from this. You can just put that meme in here. So, very scary. I was watching Nick Shirley do his rounds on ASU campus, and it was frightening. It was definitely frightening, to say the least. That many people swinging maybe Kamala, says that they might just vote Kamala, and if they have no idea how the debate went, how it was, they paid the debate to be rigged. She knew the questions, and she still just about fumbled and failed it. She definitely told more lies. That is for sure. Just ask the military who was watching when she said no one's deployed. Well, where are we? What are we doing if we're not deployed at a home? If we're not at a home base, what are we? So there's a lot of, I'm still missing some major details on how. So one of the moderators in the debate, the only debate that was favored heavily on Kamala's side, the only way to duplicate that for Trump would be for her to do a debate on Fox Network, which she very briskly turned down. So that to sit back and be like, oh, Kamala's really holding herself up. The reason she sounded so well is because she almost definitely had an earpiece in with those earrings. The way she sounded almost identical to Obama. That is what a lot of people are saying. That's not just me. That is not something that only I am saying. So, to have swing voters on college campuses who don't even know how great Trump was, have no clue how great he was before his presidency, to just so briskly brush him off and vote for Kamala on indecisiveness walking into a voter setup. Man, this is just going to be a rough election. We are either stepping into the end of the world as we know it, or the end of our nation as we know it, or Trump's going to get elected and he's going to do his best to fix everything and possibly still get taken out or injured, unfortunately, because there is way too many people trying to get Kamala into office. So it is getting nuts. It's every day it's something new, a new distraction. There's this distraction so heavy with Diddy. You're back on the tabloids, which is convenient when there's a war going on in Iraq, that they're trying to convince everybody at home to form the militia at home and bring it to Ukraine so they can get slaughtered in Ukraine and just leave the United States wide open for whoever wants to claim it. While immigrants are coming into our country by the millions and are allowed to go into gun stores and buy guns without any ID. While they're given our tax dollars in the thousands.